Hey guys, Heidi Easley here, Texas Art and Soul, and who wants to paint a snowman? Anybody? I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with the stencil today. So as you come on, go ahead and let me know you're here. Again, my name is Heidi Easley and I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties online, in person, and with art kits. And I am excited to share with you some really cool design, as well as if you want to get access to a free tracer, you can go ahead and click the link above and you'll get a free double snowman tracer and the supply list to do it. And then Essential Stencil has a coupon code, so if you use the link in the top, you're going to be able to get 30% off. They have a huge coupon code and it's early access. That's the coupon code. So go ahead and tell me hi. And as you can see, I am going to be doing, hopefully, a really cool snowman design for you. This is a brand new design that I have just recently come up with, and I'm going to test it out. Hey, Carol. Hey, guys. Hey, Eva. Are y'all okay if I test something out with y'all? Let me know in the comments if you're okay if I test out a new design. Hey, Linda. Hey, Trish. I'm so excited. I see a lot of my paint party headquarter ladies on here. First off, I'm glad you're here. I know you order a lot of Essential Stencils, and I just want to say you are going to love this design. I'm so excited. Okay, and I'm going to be using the baby. It's cold outside, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab a big brush, just some of these like little cheapy brushes that you get from, I think I'm going to have to stand. I think I'm going to have to stand for this whole thing here. And then I'm going to use a little bit of gray paint with some white. Let me grab my gray. Sorry about that. I thought I had my gray out. I want to use some gray because I am getting low on white. So I need to get some gray out here and then I'm going to add it. Okay, good. So you are up for a new design. Oh, let me see if I can open my gray. For those of y'all that don't know me, I'm the owner of Texas Art and Soul, trying to open paint. Okay, hold on. Close your ears for a minute. Well, my gray is being mean. Oh, crap. Hold on. I'm getting there, y'all. There it goes. It's opening. It's opening. Okay. Woo! That's a workout. Who knew? Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I want to get this board painted. So I'm actually going to be doing some birch trees and a snowman, and we're going to see what happens. What do y'all think? Oh, good. Donna says her brush is going to be there today. Yeah, you get 30% off today. So please, if you don't mind, if you'll use my link that's in the description. Essential Stencil is so sweet to give us affiliate for that, so thank you. It doesn't cost you any more. And then if you use my link, and then you can also use coupon code early access. Hey Victoria, I'm gonna offload today. Victoria taught me the meaning of offload. You know, sometimes you just don't know all words, right? You just don't know all the meanings of all the words, and then you need sweet people in your life like Victoria that can help you. Okay, so what I'm doing first is I took gray and some white, and I'm going to use some water, and I'm just going to blend this, okay? We need just a wintry background. So we're just blending this on the wood, and then I'm going to show you a very easy way to make some birch trees. Again, if you want to learn some more from me, you can find more about me at Texas Art and Soul. But today we're gonna just have a lot of fun doing something cool. So hopefully you'll be inspired, and this weekend you'll try to make your own. That's what I'm hoping. Hey Dana, is it Dana? She says, how's everybody doing today? Oh, I love when you're talking to each other on there. That's awesome. Okay, so we got this going. And this is about, after I get this on here, I'll measure this because I know that's going to be the main question that comes in, is what size wood is this? And where do you get it? So you can get the wood at Lowe's. Okay, so I got my gray on there. And if y'all don't mind, if you will just type this in. So it's 14 inches by 36, 47, about 48. So 14 by 48 is the inches. I'm gonna write that down. 14 by 48. Again, you don't have to make yours exactly that size. 14 by 48, so if somebody will type that in for me, that'd be awesome. And then the pieces of wood that we bought at Lowe's are 3.5 inches by 48. 3.5 inches by 48. So if y'all would type that in for me, that'd be amazing. And then this is how we secured it. See the back? Just some pieces staple gunned in, just like that. Okay? All right, so now I'm gonna start the snowman. Now, don't laugh at me, but I'm a person, thank y'all Julie, thank you Connie. I am a person, thank you Cheryl, who uses her resources, who uses what's around her. So I have this that I'm creating for a project. I'm gonna be doing one of those lazy Susans. And so I'm gonna do the bottom of the snowman. Here is a very cheap charger from like Home Goods or Big Lots or wherever. I'm gonna have the middle part of my snowman here. And then I'm using a paper plate to get the top of my snowman. So why am I doing this? I could freehand the circles, but I had all of these already on my table. So why not, right? Why not? All right, so I'm gonna take a brush and let me know in the comments if you're liking this, this project, if you like seeing stuff like this. Because I know, because we're using stencils, what I love to do is see how creative I can get with using the stencils that I already love, right? I wanna see how creative can I get using the stencils I already love and taking what I love to do, which is painting, and seeing how I can make it into something really cool. So I know a lot of times, you know, we just buy the stencils and do them, which is great, and they make beautiful signs. But what I like to do is challenge you to take already the beautiful stencils that we get from Essential Stencil, take those and then turn them in to your beautiful artwork, okay? So I have this here. And then I'm gonna take, this has my white paint on. How convenient is that? So I just used a piece of wood from Lowe's that I'm gonna turn into a Lazy Susan. I used a charger. And now I'm gonna use my paper plate that I'm actually using for painting. Okay, and your circles don't have to be perfect. But once you get it on there and you know where it's at, then it's a lot easier to do. Oh, Debbie, you're so sweet. Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah. Adding the stencil on there is just, it is a double win, right? You can take the art and then add your beautiful stuff with it. So I don't want to go through all the problem of rinsing this. I'm just going to wipe a lot of it off. I might actually just use a different brush altogether. All right. And again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right, so now we're gonna take white and we're just gonna start filling this in. Our stencil is gonna be going down here, so I wanna go ahead and get this one done first so it can be drying, okay? And I don't care that it's mixing in a little bit. That's totally fine. It's totally fine that it's mixing in a little bit, but I just want to get this part going before I do the birch trees. I'm going to do a few birch trees back there. Let's see if this will work a little better. Oh, thank you. Is it Mayra? Is that how you say your name? I hope I said it right. Oh, thank you, Jan. I know, I hope it turns out good. Sometimes when I create a new design and I haven't painted it yet, I just paint it for y'all live. It can either turn out really cute or it could be like, womp womp. So I'm hoping, you know, regardless, I'm gonna put a stencil on it and we're gonna put lots of glitter on it and it's gonna turn out awesome, right? If you got the glitter on it, you know it's gonna turn out good. Okay, so we're getting our white on here. And it's okay that it has a little gray. It can have a little bit of shading to it. I actually kind of want to put, oh my gosh, y'all, look at my doggy. Sometimes he sits with me. Isn't that so cute? So that is my dog, Blue. He is the best. Blue, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Isn't he so cute? He's just hanging out in the art studio with Mama. He is so cute. He's my favorite dog I've ever had. We've had him for over 10 years. He's an old man. He's about 14 years old. People are always shocked to see that, I guess because he's little. But if you look really close to him, he's got like gray in his whiskers. It's so funny. Oh, thank you. Who said that? Connie, that is so sweet. Yes, positive vibes. You are loved, people. If nobody's told you that today, I'm going to tell you that. You are loved. So make sure you have some fun today. Make sure you have some fun with whatever you're doing. You know, yesterday in Paint Party headquarters, we had a prayer and gratitude meeting. And it was all about talking about patience and talking about, you know, every day look at it as an adventure. And to trust God on, you know, what's to come, but you can really only worry about that day. You know, not really worry about that day, but have patience knowing that it's going to be okay. So I think it's really important that, you know, we wake up and have something to be hopeful for. I don't know about y'all, but the simplest, I know it sounds weird, but the simplest thing of like, you know, getting if you're a stencil of the month person, you know, from Essential Stencil, like simple things like that. I know it might sound silly, but I get excited. Like when that kind of stuff, you know, when I get like a new set of stencils or, you know, maybe you're watching me paint and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm heading to Lowe's like as soon as this is over so I can go get some wood and I'm going to cut this out and all of this kind of stuff, right? Like you get excited when you have a new project to work on. And I think it's important that we just, you know, we find things like that in life that bring us joy, because there's always going to be times when we have a rough patch, or, you know, it's not a matter of if something happens, it's a matter of when, right? We're all human, living this human experience, and it's not a matter of like, oh, some of us aren't going to have rough times. All of us do, right? And it's a matter of like how we're going to get through it, how we're going to show up during those times. And I feel like whenever, you know, if we practice this gratitude every day and look at life as an adventure every day, you're going to have so much more fun, first off, which who doesn't want to have more fun? And besides having so much more fun, you're going to be able to spread that love to others, right? And to see other people. Oh my gosh, yeah, Deborah says, I received my new stencils in the mail yesterday. I can't wait to use them. It's so true. I know, anybody else get excited when you get new stencils in the mail? I mean, I'm so, like, I just put in an order this morning using the early access code for the 30% off. Don't forget, if you'll use my link in the description and then count, sorry, I had an alarm go off, and you'll get the discount. So make sure you do that. And then yeah, it's so fun. So I just purchased some stencils this morning, so I can get them headed my way, so I can do some new projects. And also, for those of y'all that learn from me, guess what stencils I purchased? What do y'all think? Those of you that learned from me already, what do you think I purchased this morning? I purchased one Christmas, but what do you think the second one was? Because it's very, very important. If you're learning from me, you probably know this answer. Y'all, I'm going to add some birch trees. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's see if anybody knows. Tracy gets excited. Deborah gets excited. Yes, I do too. I'm like, are they here yet? I need them. If you learn from me, because remember, I mentor and teach people how to make money teaching paint parties, online, in person, and with art kits. So I ordered my Valentine's because not one person guessed. Julie guessed. Yes, Julie. Yes, you have got to be a step ahead. So when you're doing this for a business, which I know some of you are just doing it for fun, and that's fine. But what I find is a lot of times people start doing stuff for fun. Oh, Debbie got it too, yay! What I find is people start doing it for fun, and then all of a sudden they're like, their neighbor asks them where they got it, and can they buy it, and next thing you know, they're like, huh, I just paid for Christmas. And then you're like, what else could I do? And so I always tell my paint party headquarter members, like, make sure you get them early because they will sell out. Essential Stencil, you know, they are such a good company. And that's why I talk about them all the time, because the stencils will last forever. So make sure you are buying them a season or two ahead. I was already looking online this morning to check to see if there were new spring stuff, which I know it's way early. But Essential Stencil, if you're listening, I need dibs on your Easter stuff. I need some Easter stuff right now because we had some really, really great Easter stuff last year. So I'm excited to see the new Easter. Okay, I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. So as you can tell, all I'm doing is doing a pure white line, and then I'm filling it in. Because we have the gray, because we have the white snowman, we have to be careful to make sure our birch trees are pretty white so that they have a contrast, okay? And then you'll start seeing it all come together here in just a few minutes. And I want to just remind y'all, for those of y'all that are, let me know in the comments if you're new to painting, if you're new to stenciling, or if you are, sorry, I was concentrating. If you have been doing this a while. Because what I want you to know is as you're painting, a lot of times, like if you just look at this or you just showed up for a minute and you're like, what is this girl doing? It looks like something weird's coming through his head. You're not going to give yourself the chance to make something really great. So make sure as you're painting, you don't judge yourself, okay? Especially, like even if you are going to judge it, that's fine, but don't do it till the very end. And then look at like, okay, maybe I could have done this different or whatever. But all the fun details come at the end, okay? So make sure. And those of y'all that want to know a little bit more about me, you can click the link in the description and get a freebie for that double snowman back there. And I'll show you how to paint it too. All right, so this one's going to come a little bit right here. And then a little bit right here. We want to have 4 of these. So I have some room to make it for sure look like birch trees. And because I'm painting like a little bit wet on wet, I'm going very heavy on my white lines, okay? So I want to make sure that it's really showing up. Oh, thank you, Linda, for sharing. So sweet. Okay, so right there, and then I want to bring this in. And when you're painting this, you could do the birch trees first. Maybe don't put the black lines on them, but you could have done those first and then painted the snowman over. Either way would have been fine. Okay, and I have this one coming off here. That's going to end here. Okay, we're going to get all that filled in. And then I'm going to bring this up. Again, really thick paint. Bringing it up so that it covers that gray. So we can have some really nice birch trees. How many of y'all have your tree up? Anybody? We have ours up, but we have not decorated it yet. We're going to start decorating tomorrow. I'm so excited. Let's see who has their tree up. Oh, Dawn, thank you. She says, I love how you just go for it. Julie, you don't have your tree up? You're probably so busy, aren't you? Stacy just said 4 trees are up. Are we supposed to have more than 1 tree? Is that a thing? Oh my gosh. 4 trees. We have 1. We might have 1 in Pixie's room. But yeah, I have heard of people having more than 1. I have not jumped on that bandwagon yet of having multiple trees. But usually every year we have, I'm going to add a little bit of white to the snowman. Every year we usually just like decorate ours and it makes it look like, me and Pixie and Bobby just do it, and then we throw tinsel over the whole thing and it literally looks like, you know, Chevy Chase's Christmas vacation tree. And it's just a disaster, but it's really fun. And so this year I have my cousin coming over, and she is like so good at decorating. She's like an interior decorator. Well, she's a teacher, but she should be an interior decorator. And she's coming to actually like officially decorate my tree tomorrow. And so I'm so excited because I'm like, I've never had that done. And so she's going to come over. She's like, I'll decorate it for you. And so her and her mom, all tree, like at Dillard's, you know, I always go to the Dillard's sales. I'm like, it's going to look like we're at Dillard's, like at a mall. So excited. I know that's cheesy, but you know, whatever brings you joy around the holidays, right? Okay, I'm adding a little bit more white into here. I'm going to switch. Oh, now Blue's on the prowl. I hear him being a good guard dog. Switch to a little bit of white here. And just doing a circular motion. Again, those of y'all that are just joining, I will be adding, the stencil I'm going to be using is Baby It's Cold Outside. So if you're wondering, I'm going to be using Baby It's Cold Outside for the stencil. And then I'm using a big old piece of wood, which we already put the dimensions in, but if you're just tuning in, it's basically 14 by 48. And we just bought the little pieces of wood, which are around 3.5, and they've probably been cut down too. So you can go to Lowe's and, sorry y'all, my dog. Let me shut this door. Okay. Pixie, can you get Blue to stop? Okay, sorry about that. It's a madhouse here today. Okay, so I just got some more white on here for the snowman. Okay, so before I start adding the birch tree lines, I'm actually going to get the scarf going and I'm going to get the hat going, okay? So I'm going to use a smaller brush and I'm going to use white paint just to kind of freehand. Tracy says, yay, I found you, I'm late. I was trapped at the grocery store. Oh my gosh, well I hope you got some good stuff. We have nothing to eat at our house. Like, I've got to get to the grocery store. We have no food. Last night I found a frozen pot pie. Well, let's be honest. I ate frozen pot pie the past 2 nights. And then Pixie had a can of soup. So we're really living it up over here in the Easley house for food right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the side. And again, I'm freehanding this right now. So please be nice to me, okay? So I'm going to do this one right here, and I'm going to go over here and do one. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it kind of like a curve, and don't worry, I'm going to paint this so you'll be able to see it in just a second a little bit more detailed. Okay, so I'm just doing a hat kind of like that, and then I'm going to bring this up. Okay, so I don't want to do all those black lines yet because I'm about to be painting inside of those lines. So if I did all black, then I'm going to have a little bit more trouble. So I'm going to do some greens. Let me grab a couple of greens. And then we're going to just have some fun here. How's that sound? Sound good? Oh, thank you, Sue. Okay, so this is a Hauser light green. And so while that white is already wet, it's going to just make it even lighter, which is okay. As long as it goes on and covers, I'm good. So right now it kind of looks like our snowman is in jail a little bit. But he's going to be set free with birch trees. Don't worry. Okay. Oh my gosh. Do y'all ever do that where when you start to paint, you just kind of go into daydream mode? That's what I was doing when I was painting that. I was just kind of like in daydream mode. They usually on a live, I always remember that I'm on a live. And for a moment, I just kind of got trapped in the joy of painting. And then I forgot to talk. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do that. I just got excited about painting and just got into it. Okay, and this is a Hauser dark green. So I'm just gonna add a little bit, just kind of so you can start to see. Just gonna blend it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna see if, can y'all see that okay? Is that all right? I can move it a little bit forwarder. I don't think that's a word, sorry. Okay, so a little bit of the dark. And then because again, like I said, that white is on there, so it's all kind of blended. So I might need to let it dry just a tad, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this in here a little bit more. A little bit of a shade. So y'all, those of you that are like, I came here just to see a stencil. You will see a stencil, don't worry, but I love teaching that you can do something like this, add a stencil to it, and also make, a piece of art with it too. So, so if you're new to me and you're wondering like, who is this chick and why is she actually painting a full-on painting? It's because I want you to see that you can add your stencils to your art and make something pretty cool that you could spray with polyurethane and put this outside and have for a porch cleaner, or maybe, what if you had like a really great friend or somebody that you go to church with that's always doing something nice for people and they love snowmen? How cool would it be for you to gift them something like this, like a really cool porch cleaner. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. I'm gonna add a scarf while that dries a little bit, and you're gonna start to see it all come together. Oh, good, Stephanie. You like the extra instruction? Good. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about how I do my scarf. Okay, so I'm gonna use my favorite Christmas red. It's Tuscan red, Deco Art Americana. It's my favorite. So if you're trying to do Christmas paintings, this is the red to use, okay? So I'm just gonna grab, and I'm just gonna kind of get my scarf placement. Just wanna kind of have it right under here, and just fill that in with pure red. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a couple of things going off. So I'll have one kind of going down here. That'll go there. And then again, this is just simple, kind of little rectangles. This one's gonna just go this way. Bring it up. Just kind of fill it in. Just simple shapes. Anytime I'm trying to draw or paint something, I just break it down to simple shapes. I highly recommend doing that. I've been doing it for years. I don't look at the whole picture. I just look at, oh, the head is an oval, or the round, or the scarf is a rectangle shape with a little curve in it. So I break everything down into shapes, and then it makes it where it's doable. When you have it so overwhelming, it could be, like when you look at all of it at once, it can be very, very, very intense. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this, and with my 1-inch brush, just do little tassels. So I just did 3 tassels, and I just took it, made it really good and thin, and then just brought it off there. 1, 2, 3. This one's a little harder to see. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have this go off the page. So here's a perfect example of not loving what's happening. So that scarf is just not going to have tassels because it's flying off the page, right? It's flying off the wood. There we go. Problem solved. No tassels needed. So you only got to tassel 1. I just took a burden off you. Okay? All right, so now we have our little scarf. This is kind of not on his neck, so I'm going to bring that over. Make sure it looks like it's on its neck. Okay? All right, so I'm going to rinse this. I'm going to grab a little brown. And then we're going to be using some black too, because I want to get those buttons in there and his arms in place. And I'm also going to be using Canyon Orange, which is one of my favorites for a snowman nose. Canyon Orange. Oh, are y'all liking him so far? He's going to get cuter. Just wait. He's going to get cuter. Okay, so his little buttons are going to go right here. So I'm just using probably a 6 or an 8 size brush, just round brush. So you don't want the buttons to be perfect. And just place them wherever you want. Again, I'm leaving this open because I want to put the stencil on here. Okay? All right, so we have our buttons there. We're going to get, actually, we're going to go ahead and put our, this is really fun. We're going to go ahead and put our bird next, and then we're going to do our birch tree, okay? Because I really, really want, oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Snowmen are very, very simple, actually. So if you're new to painting, you'll want to try a snowman. Do you want to paint a snowman? I love that song. I know I'm getting it stuck in your head and you're probably cursing me. Sorry about that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put the bird on his hat. Okay, so I've made my decision. So let me go ahead and do the birch trees next. So all you're gonna do is use your 1-inch brush, go like this. So it's good and thin. And then I'm just gonna first off trace it. Okay. And then I forgot to do the white over here, so that reminded me. All right, and then I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna start going from the side. From each separate side, I'm gonna start bringing in some lines. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing it like this, and then I'm just taking it flat and pulling it towards me and letting some of it up. Then just kind of doing it a little bit. Make some spaces so it's not all on there perfect. And then we're going to put some lines on there too. Okay? So I did that first. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to use the flat part of it and just start to add. Nothing serious, just a little tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Pretty much like that, right? And then if you don't have enough pure black, just go back and get it again. Okay, so you can see how quickly that went from just a white line to a birch tree, okay? Isn't that crazy how it just pops? So something so simple that I know you can do. Let me add this white because I left out the bottom of the birch tree. I'll have to go back and add that. Okay, so now watch what happens when I do this to the others. So I'm gonna, again, line it. I'm getting my brush, I'm bringing it so it has a good point. I'm lining it here. And then I don't have anywhere to go there, so I'm gonna start back up here. Okay, getting a good flat surface. I'm just gonna line them all first and then I'll go back and add. And again, if you're wanting to do this and you end up watching the replay, you can pause it. You can pause it so that you'll be able to watch the replay. And again, Essential Stencil, they have a big sale right now. So if you use my link in the description, I'd really appreciate it. It helps pay for my coffee habit, which keeps me going and painting all the time. So if you'll use my link in the description and then do early access as the coupon code. Okay? And I'm going to bring this down. We got that already. Got that down. Good. Now we're just going to take it and we're going to start bringing it over. Just letting some of it turn grayish. That's okay. All right. We're just bringing it over. I'm going to do a few little lines here. Little lines, and then I'm going to remember we're going to dab our lines. Starting to look birchy. Okay, and then same thing here, going to bring it over. Few little lines. Okay, and then we have one more we're going to add. That adds so much to the dimension. Oh, thank you, Deborah, for saying that. That's so kind. Okay, and I'm kind of needing y'all's opinion. I can totally outline the snowman in black, or should I not? I'm going to outline the hat, but let me know if you think I should outline the whole snowman or if it looks like it's okay. So just maybe put yes outline or no outline, and I'll see what y'all think I should do, because y'all have a better look at it. I've been painting sideways this whole time, so y'all have a better look at seeing what should happen. Because a lot of times I'll just do a quick outline, but I don't want to do that if y'all think it shouldn't have it. I'd love to know y'all's opinion on that. Let's see. Yes, no, yes outline. Okay, let's see how many we can get. A majority. No outline. Yes outline. Oh my gosh, it's like every other. Okay, we got a no, a yes, a no. It's like you're back and forth. Is there an overwhelming response on one of them? Let's see. We got no, yes, no. Nancy says no. I have an idea if I'm not going to outline it. No from Ernest. No, a lot of no's. Okay, so I think I could maybe add a little blue shade and give it some similar outline look. Yes, Terry. Sprinkle with glitter. You know it, girl. That's coming. That is definitely coming. Okay, so let me go ahead and draw the, I'm going to put a little brown, a little bit of brown around this hat. Just a little, nothing major. I'm just kind of pulling it in, just some brown to give it some some dimension, some character. Anytime you can spruce things up a little bit with a couple of touches is always a good thing in my book, just to make it not look so flat, you know. Little bits here and there. Just a little wash, just for fun. Okay, all right, so let me go ahead and draw in where the nose is going to be, and then I'm going to add in some, oh, thank you, Deb. She says, like the shading. Connie says, yes, outline. We'll outline it. Yes, definitely. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some orange, the Canyon orange, and yeah, okay, good. Yes, there'll be 3 winners at the end. Essential Stencil will actually announce them. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of Canyon orange. I'm going to just wipe it off like this. Okay, so I can kind of do the nose where I want it. So if I'm going to have my eyes kind of here, let me see. I'm going to bring the nose up. Just bring it over, and it'll all start to make sense in a second. So it's just a really tall, I don't know what those kind of triangles are called, so please forgive me. I'm not very good at math. I'm actually going to put a dose of brown in here so it gets a little bit of a base, and then I'm going to add the orange back on top. So again, if y'all are at home painting this, you're probably letting this dry a little bit. If you're, you know, like me and you're teaching this for an event, maybe you're doing an online paint party or an in-person paint party, you might have them start the process or use a blow dryer, let it dry a minute, and then go back and add a little bit more orange on top. He's looking up at a bird. Sandy, are you guessing my painting? How did you know? How did you know, Sandy? Okay, so Sandy is right on the money. She said he's looking up at a bird. He is going to be looking up at a bird here in just a few minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of wipe that off, use a little bit of the brown. And I'm just going to kind of get some brown on the end. Let me go to like a round brush. So I'm going to grab the round brush and then just add it a little bit to the bottom. And then I need that to dry a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead anyway. Yeah, this needs to dry just a tad more. All right, we're gonna let that nose dry a minute because I need to add a little bit more to it. Oh, thank you, Lisa, for sharing. You're so sweet. Okay, so I am going to rinse these brushes. I'm gonna add me some eyes and face so y'all can start to see how cute this sucker is. And then we are gonna be adding a bird right there. You had definitely guessed it. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little upside down frown, which makes the snowman look like he's happy, with a liner brush. And then I'm going to have, look, it looks like he's singing. I love it whenever I start the snowman mouth because I always start with the circle and then it always looks like he's singing. And I just try to make them a little bit smaller as they go out. We want a really happy snowman. Okay, so we got like a very happy smiling snowman. What are y'all thinking so far? Add a little bit more black to this so it pops. And then I'm going to do just a little bit of black in here. Not much, just a little. Oh man, one of those times again. It's like my brain is in that mode to just want to paint and create. Oh, I love it. Okay, this is it's like a little bit bigger than a liner, maybe a 1 or a liner brush. And then I'm just gonna bring this a little bit of a line here. I can't stand it. I gotta go back on top of the carrot even though I know it's not ready. It's driving me nuts. Oh, I think my green. We're gonna finger paint just a little bit. My green got scratched a little bit, so I'm just finger painting a little bit. Oh, I kind of like that. That's fun. Lots of fun. Yeah, it's just for some like shading, nothing major. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of brown and just kind of grab it. And then I'm just gonna take it and just do little lines, kind of like, almost like little smiley lines with brown, so it has just a little bit of the carrot. At the end, I promise, I'll take the phone off and I'll show y'all everything up close a little bit more. And then if you want to see a finished picture of it, I'll post it on my Texas Art and Soul page. So if you want to write down my Facebook page, I'd love it if you go give me a follow. It's Texas Art and Soul. And then I'll post a finished picture of it over there. Okay, so we got some little lines there. All right, so now we're about to add our stencil, but before we do, we need just a couple of little things. We are missing a cute little bird and we're missing some arms, okay? So let me go ahead and go back to my 1-inch brush, and then I'm going to add some arms, all right? So let me add the arms first, and then I'll add our little bird that he's looking at. So I'm gonna have this arm over here, just using some brown, a little bit like that, a little bit like that. And then it's just kind of coming from here, just coming out. So I'm gonna push down to make it a little thicker, and then it's just gonna come back in. Okay, so you could technically make his arm hold something here. We could have another bird right here hanging out. What do y'all think? Maybe 2 little birds. One that he's looking at the hat, and then one here I think would be pretty cool. Let me know if y'all want a second bird. They're super easy. You're about to see how quick you can paint a bird. Okay, so what I like to do for my arms is I like to have the arm, a couple little sticks coming off, and then I just take my brush, wipe it off, grab a little bit of black, okay, and then I just kind of go right under it, just with a little bitty line, and then maybe a little bit under here. And y'all, I'm not here telling you I'm the best artist in the world. You will always hear me say that. Like, I've never claimed to be the best artist. So if you're looking at me and thinking, well, she's putting the shadow line in the wrong way. Y'all, I do that all the time. I'm probably not doing the shadow line exact, but does that mean that it's taking joy away from me painting this? No, not at all. It is making me very, very happy. So, so I think sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves that if we're not this perfect artist or we're not doing everything right, then we can't paint or we can't create. And I think that's a bunch of baloney. So, so yeah, so don't stress about that. This painting, as you can see, it's, you know, it's an easy painting. It's not a hard painting. It just looks like there's a lot going on, but because you're watching me, you know what I did. You know the tracers I used, you know the stencil I'm about to use, you know the shapes that I just used, all of that. So don't count yourself out and think, oh, I could never do something like that, because you never know unless you try, right? So his arm is here. I'm trying to see how far up I want it to go. I wanted the bird to be on his hat, but the placement of this arm is making it a little difficult. So I'm going to have to improvise. Again, another skill in creating. So go ahead and put your arm where you can. If you can get it in another place, that's totally fine. And then I'm going to put some branches coming off of it. And the other cool thing too is you could put ornaments on this. You know, he could be holding ornaments. He could be holding all kinds of fun stuff. So again, I'm going to wipe that off. I'm going to grab the black paint. Okay? And then I'm just going to go right under it. Get me some black paint on there. Okay, so we got that going on. And then what you can do too is if you want to make the scarf a certain color, you can. I'm just going to actually take it and just put some lines on the scarf, just so it kind of shows up a little bit more. Nothing major, just getting a little bit of black. And just making it pop a little bit. And then you could decorate your scarf however you want. So if you want to have some stripes, some fun things, I'm thinking maybe some fun stripes on there. Okay, so let me hit this with a blow dryer real quick so I can add the birds. And then we're about to add the stencil from Essential Stencil. Let's see, Sue says, thank you so much for the encouragement. I've actually had people say we aren't real artists when we use stencils. That really hurts. Oh my gosh, have you seen the documentary on, I haven't seen all of it, but my husband was telling me about it on, is it Banksy who does the art? He's like a fine artist, but he's kind of like a graffiti artist. And he does all these crazy things. Well, he's actually one of the first graffiti artists to start using stencils. And at first they were kind of like, you know, saying crap about him and all that. And I think he had something at Sotheby's sell for millions of dollars. And when they went to like unveil the thing, they unveiled it, they showed it, and then all of a sudden the whole thing caught fire. And of course the millionaires that bought it were like, oh, that's Banksy, oh, blah, blah. You know, and they were all excited. I'd been pissed. I'd been so mad. But I was just like, you know, that's the thing. Like, don't feel bad if you're doing something like this and it's bringing you joy, you know, then that's fine. Whatever works for you, okay? There is a place for all types of artists and crafters. We don't have to be mean to each other, you know. There's a place for all of us. There's a place for this cute snowman on my porch. And there's about to be a place for two little birdies. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Oh, Angela. Angela, you know we don't have an accent. Oh, thank you, Lou. I'm going to add two little birdies, and then I'm going to add my stencil, and then we'll be finished up. We're almost done. Thank y'all for staying tuned. But these birdies are too cute to mess up on wet paint, so I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, Joyce remembers that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Love Essential Stencils. You make painting look so easy. Yeah, and Becca, we are all good. Yes, we all have our talents. Totally fine. Oh, thank you, Becky. Okay, so now we have just a couple more little things to add, and we're going to add our stencil. And I'm a person, I'm like, I used to subscribe to that whole starving artist mentality. I was an art teacher for 10 years and then started businesses and all of that good stuff. And now I run a business called Texas Art and Soul and Paint Party Headquarters, where I teach over 2,000 women every month how to make money doing crafts like this and doing paint parties and online paint parties. And for many years, I was that person that was like, starving artist mentality. And then it hit me one day. How many of y'all do your stuff and then you just give it away for free, right? I know I wasn't the only one. One day, I was teaching full time. I was doing paint parties full time. And one of my friends had asked for me to paint them something. Well, when a friend asked me to paint something, like, I took it serious, And so I stayed up till midnight on a school night, which I was teaching the next day. And I was teaching at an elementary school, which meant I had 850 kids a week, which was insane. And so it was an exhausting job, right? And so, and I remember I went to present it to her the next day, and she had forgot she had asked me for it a couple weeks back. And I thought, are you kidding me? And that was the moment when I was like, I am not taking away my family time when people don't even know. So I was just like, oh my goodness. So since then, I kind of changed my perspective and really just started realizing, your art and your talent and your crafts take time. And, just because we have fun doing it does not mean you should not be giving everything away for free. Okay, if it's a Christmas present, I get it. Like, oh, and by the way, people love stencils. So if you have a crafter in your family, that'd be a perfect Christmas gift for them. Okay, so let me show you a very simple way to do a bird. Okay, and then we're gonna make sure we have all our details, and then we're gonna add our stencil last. And the reason I'm adding it last is I really want this white to be totally dry. I might have to go back and add a black line, y'all. I know we were 50-50 on that. Okay, so I'm gonna add a bird over here. So all I'm gonna do, let me see, I think I could add it onto the hat. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is a swoosh sign. So I'm just gonna take it and do like a Nike swoosh. Okay? Just a big Nike swoosh. And then I'm going to bring it over and make it into a paisley. Okay? So that was literally just a Nike swoosh into a paisley. All right? So I'm going to take it and just fill it in with that brilliant, it's called Tuscan red. It's my favorite red for Christmas paintings. And you can probably see why as you're looking at this painting. And you know what, guys? You could totally change this out a little bit where it didn't have the red scarf, where it maybe had like a pink hat or something like that, and you could make this more winterized so that you could have it up for all of, January, February, all of that time frame. So if you didn't want to make it so wintry, so Christmassy, you could change it up just a little bit. Okay, so yeah, a sideways tear. That's so true. Okay, let's see. Joy says, I've always wanted to crochet, but I don't have the talent. Some people can jump right in with ease. I wish I was one of them. You know what I would say, Joyce, is I would say if you really love it, we are humans. We are problem solvers. We can learn things. We can get better at things. Singing, I'm not so sure of, because I have been trying to sing for years and I still stink. And I love singing. But what I'm saying is, if you're not that good of a painter or a crocheter or whatever it is, we're going to do a backwards whoosh this time. You can learn, just like our kids. They learn, they grow up, they learn how to walk, they learn how to ride a bike, they learn how to, study at school. It's just habits. And so what I would recommend is find the person that you love that crochets on YouTube or Facebook Lives or whatever it is, and then just start slow, because I know for a long time I wanted to make jewelry. And there's two things that I wanted to do that I was like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be really good at it. Well, jewelry was one of them, and then decorating cakes was another. And I realized real quick that, number one, I wasn't good at it. And number two, I did not have the patience to learn, okay? Thank you, Sue. Some people get my humor, some people do not. So you either love me or hate me. There's really not a middle ground. The reason I'm saying that is because, you know, that's something I found out. If not, I would have always been wishing, like, man, could I have done that? Or, man, you know, I don't want to be 90 years old regretting it, right? Going, oh, I wish I would have, you know, tried or learned or whatever. I'm just going to put two little legs holding it, and then I'm going to put a beak on there with black. So what I'm saying is half the battle is finding out what you're not good at, so then you can go to what you're really good at, and then just go all in. So like when I started painting, of course I didn't just come out of the gate, you know, the best painter in the world. I've been painting since I was 15. You know, it's taken years, and I still wouldn't say like, you know, I'm a fine artist. I would say I'm a painter who loves it, and I feel like God gave me this talent because I can, you know, I love it. I just love it so, so much. And so it's more about finding what you don't love, so then when you find the things you do love, you can practice and practice and practice and get better at it. So don't give up. You know, that's the thing. So many people think if I'm not good right out of the gate, then I'm never going to be good. You know, I met this lady. I'm just going to add a little eyeball and a little wing. I met this lady in my early 20s, and I'm so glad I met her. And it was when I was living in Florida, and she was in her 60s, and she was this beautiful painter, beautiful artist. And I said, oh my gosh, you are so good. I am never going to be as good as you. And she said, sweetie, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 23 or whatever the age I was then. And she goes, just think, when you're my age, if you keep practicing, how good you're going to be. And I was like, oh, it never occurred to me that if I practiced, I could get better. I just thought talent was given or it was not given. You know, I mean, of course, there's those people that you're just like, you know, it just, I mean, that's, you know, rare. But, you know, people that are really good at basketball, you better believe that they're making 1,000 free throw shots in the mornings. You know, they're practicing. People are good at, you know, sports. I mean, they're practicing all day, every day. You know, so don't discount yourself, is I guess what I'm trying to hopefully encourage y'all. And don't discount yourself. If you find, like me, when I was making jewelry, I was more stressed out than I was joyful. I knew I needed to quit, right? When I go to paint, it's more like, okay, I can figure this out because I love it. Like I want to do it so much, right? So it's just a different feeling. Okay, so I know we had about 50-50 on this, but I am going to add a little black pop to this. So let me go ahead and do that. And then we're going to add the stencil and just a smidge of glitter, because if you know me, you know I love glitter glue and I love 24 karat gold paint. Those are like my two favorite things in the world. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how you can use, have y'all used glitter on a painting? It surprises me. Every time I ask that question, it surprises me how many people do not use that, right? And I'm just like, come on, it's the best part. You can use it with your stencils. So many ways you can use it. I'm just taking my 1-inch brush and I'm just kind of lightly, and you can get as fancy as you want with these birds. I'm honestly just going to add a little black heart for the wing. So a little black heart for the wing. Like that, nothing major. And then I'm just going to outline this thing and make it pop, put a few little highlights, a stencil, a little bit of glitter glue, and we'll name some winners and call it a day, huh? Okay, let's see if this, okay, so there's before, Let's see what he starts to look like with some outlining and highlights. Let's see if he comes together. Or I could make a mistake, and is that okay? The answer is yes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you do something you're like, oh, I didn't love that. You'll know next time. But you won't know unless you try. I might do this and be like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I added that. Or I might go, oh, what the heck? And then you know what's even better? Is because it's paint, I can literally grab it and just add a little bit of color and instantly fix it. So it's not even permanent. I can paint right on top of that. Okay? Oh, I think I love it. Okay, so now, oops, now I'm messing it up. Now he's got a big old belly. I need to put a little bit of fix that up just a smidge. Okay, so I need a clean brush. And you're gonna make mistakes, y'all, just like I'm making a huge mistake right now. But I'm just going back with white paint and just kind of cleaning it up. Just gotta clean up your mistakes. Apologize to the little snowman and move on, right? There we go. Sorry, little guy. Okay. Okay, so now we have all of our little accents. Right before we add the stencil, the baby, it's cold outside, I'm gonna just take white and I'm just gonna do like a couple little like fun lines, okay? Nothing major, just little lines in here. Oh, got a little bit of a smear. Hold on, I got excited. Again, you just sometimes have a drip. Sometimes a drip of paint's gonna go. Oh, you like it outlined? Oh, good. Yay, okay, good. I'm glad y'all like it outlined. Okay, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of white in here. And then we're gonna add the stencil and a little bit of glitter, and then we'll name some winners. Okay, we are almost done, y'all. Have y'all had fun? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom part and I'm going to use my baby It's Cold Outside, which you can see I have used it a lot, okay? So you can do it right in the center. I'm actually going to go as far to this side as I can while still staying inside of my snowman, okay? So I'm just kind of lining it up. I'm noticing right here about how far this is so I can make sure that it's going to come out straight, okay? Now, Essential Stencil has these stencil things. Again, there's 30% off. If you don't mind, if you would please use the link in the description, and that way it'll give me credit, and again, it helps pay for my coffee habit, which gives me lots of energy to paint like a crazy woman. So thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. Okay, so you can go a few different ways on this. You could do solid black, or I'm going to go with this green color, okay? Actually, no, I think I'm going to go black. I think I'm going to go black with maybe just a hint of green. So Victoria, who's usually watching me, we grab the paint and then we offload it. We get some of it off and then we just dab, okay? So you can use the stencil brushes from Essential Stencil, and they have them in their shop. So you can go ahead and grab that at 30% off. So make sure you use the link in the description, and then you can get, the discount code's gonna be early access. So you can get the discount. And then if y'all wanna learn more about me and more about how to teach people how to make money, teaching paint, like how to do all that with your paintings or just making some extra Christmas money. And there's two ways you can find me. Number one, you can get the free double snowman back there. The link's going to be in the description. Or you can just go to Texas Art and Soul and follow me there. And I'm also on Instagram as Texas Art and Soul _. And we have a ton of freebies in my bio and on my page. So I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. Okay, so we got that going on. I'm going to try to skip the snowflakes. And then I'm going to show you what you can do with the snowflakes. And I think these porch leaners are always good when you have a little bit of a message on them, because when people come to your door, when you see this message, what do you immediately do? Oh, pink cheeks, that should be good. Oh, that's a great idea. I should add that. What do you do when you see this quote or this little part of a song right here? You start to sing it, right? You immediately are like, baby, it's cold. I told y'all I couldn't sing. Yeah, I'm trying to sing. I don't want to sing. I'm not going to sing for y'all. I don't want y'all to tune out. But they immediately start singing when you see it, right? So it's good to have these fun messages. And if I go outside a little bit, it's not the end of the world, because I can always take my liner brush, add a little bit of a shadow line or a highlight line, whatever you want to call it, and I can clean it up really fast. Because as you see, I get kind of impatient and I just go for it. There's ways where you could put like Mod Podge down first, if anybody else has some ideas of stuff you can put down first to make it a little bit cleaner. But I find that I just like to go for it. Oh, Tina, I'm so glad. Yes, Deborah, that is a great idea. Outline in 24 karat gold. Okay, let's see how I did. Beautiful! Yay! I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in the water because I don't want to ruin it. And then I'm going to, oh, it says your email can only use one discount code. Huh. Oh, Lucinda, that's so sweet. Her two favorites, Essential Stencil and Heidi. And the 24 karat gold paint, I know, I need to grab that, don't I? Because I've been talking about it the whole time. I love some 24 karat gold. Okay, so a couple things you can do to have these, the stencils. What I did was I went ahead, because I have another set of the snowflakes from Essential Stencil, is I'm going to put a couple of these snowflakes in here. And then that way I can add a little bit up here too. My Essential Stencil one is all messy. So I'm just going to use, let me see, one of my cheap daubers. Okay. I'm going to just put one right here. I'm going to actually go this way. And you're probably not going to see it too well for obvious reasons. But then I'm going to show you just how to add a little bit of glitter, and then we are almost done, I promise. Okay, so a little bit there, and I could add some glitter to it too, so it'd show up a little bit more. This would be fun too, maybe to do the stencils in 24 karat gold, the snowflakes, you know? Holding it. Hold, I don't wanna blend mess up the black. Am I covering with my hair? Sorry, y'all. Okay, yeah, I got a little of that. And then I'm gonna bring a little bit up here. Hold it tight. and then maybe one right here. And then we're gonna add some snow to this. Okay, and then now I'm just gonna take the back of my brush. This part's really fun. Just take it and add snow coming down. You could get totally crazy on this snow and it could just be a blizzard. And then you can also, another little quick tip, you could take a little snow like this and add some on the hat like it's gathered on the rim of the hat here, and a little bit has gathered in here on the branches. A little bit maybe right in here. Okay, all right, let's add some glitter, and Essential Stencil's about to pick some names, so go ahead and make sure you're watching for that. That's gonna be in the pinned post, so they're gonna pick some names. And then let me find my glitter. And then if you wanna see, I'm actually gonna, after this, kind of clean this up a little bit and put a final picture on my Texas Art and Soul page. So if you want to see the final picture of it, if you'll go follow me over there, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, so I'm adding some glitter glue. Just little hints here and there. And this, for those of y'all that have never painted with glitter, it's called Crystal, and it's really, really awesome. Crystal Craft Twinkles, it's a really great glitter. I don't know if Essential Stencil has a glitter glue. If y'all do, if y'all would let me know, because I would definitely try it out. And then I'm just putting glitter, and this might be fun too, to put the glitter into the, but see how cute this looks? Let me pull up the sign. I want y'all to see how big this is. Isn't it cute? I love it! Oh my gosh, I like him. I think I'll name him. What should we name this little guy? So what I'm going to do on the bottom, guys, is I'm actually going to take this green and I'm going to highlight around the bottom. So I'll go ahead and add that. And then the winners are announced in the bottom. So if you are a winner, it looks like Barbara Hickerson Marzel, Linda Lopez, Gwen Chambers. You're going to email support@essentialstencil.com and let us know you're a winner for Heidi's Live, and then they will get you something going. So, all right, guys, I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you want to know more about me, either Texas Art and Soul, or you can find the link in the description. And thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you paint a really, really cute snowman. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.